Welcome back to the Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce for Entrepreneurs channel. Man, wow, where do I start? First, it start at 4 a.m. My day typically starts early, 4 a.m. And I had a really good swim this morning. Very good swim. I worked out for about an hour and a half. And, getting everything back together, you know what I'm saying? Because I put like a lot of miles in, just everything that I do. And, yeah. So yeah, I want to start by saying, y'all that's been following me, y'all know, like I share with y'all, because I'm actually writing my first, second. I did a coloring book, but I didn't really release that. It just was a little bit too many. It was just too many little dynamics, for children and the lines and what age group, and all that kind of stuff. And so I decided to kind of put that on the shelf. But I wrote this is my third book. This is actually the Chef Joseph story. This is really good. So to y'all who know, like, been listening to me, y'all know I've been talking about this. And I went into a writer's block. I had like a writer's block for it seemed to be at least 3 or 4 weeks easily. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could not, for some reason, between my schedule and between just really sitting down to like gather the energy up, because I knew, to write this next chapter, I knew it was going to be a very difficult chapter for me emotionally. And so I feel like the Most High was preparing me for that. And because going into this next chapter, actually the next two chapters, oh man, yeah. One being anyway, one of the chapters, chapter 17 or 18, it's the day anyway, I'm not gonna give you the title yet, but it's basically the day that the person that believed in me left to basically further their life's purpose, which was someone that was sent to me. And we walked on our homeless journey together, and then it was time for her to leave. So it was like it's not an intimate chapter or anything. It's just that how people are sent into your life for specific reasons and seasons, to help each other to get through the next level of life. So that's what that was about. And the next one is the Night of the Dark Soul. That was another chapter of what I went through for peeling off all the layers, of my life. But I definitely need to drop this song to y'all before I get into this, right? Stevie Wonder, shout out to Stevie Wonder and Sheila E. They have a song. I want y'all to check this out. If you get a chance, it's called Jesus Loves You, Children of America. Jesus Loves You, Children of America. I don't get into the Jesus title, because when you know. But however, that's the title of the song. Beautiful song, man. I mean, that type of song would set somebody free, straight up. Jesus loves you, children of America. Just YouTube it. But I didn't really look at the words and everything. I just kind of downloaded it as the Spirit gave it to me as I was listening to it. And it was saying, you better tell your story. You better tell your story, baby. Baby. Anyway, I can't sing, but anyway, it's cool. Cause and it's if you lie, it will come to pass. That's the words that I gather from it. I didn't look at the exact actual lyrics, but you better tell your story, and if you lie, it will come to pass. Tell your story. And so, to all y'all entrepreneurs out there who are struggling entrepreneurs, want to be entrepreneurs, thinking about being entrepreneurs, tell your story. Every one of you have a story. And I'm going to share a snippet of my chapter 17 with y'all right now. And wow, where do I start on that? It's a really interesting chapter because like I said, my writer's block has lifted, at least. And what's amazing about it, for those at least 3 to 4 weeks that my writer's block was in, or at least upon me. Like, I didn't write, I couldn't focus, all this kind of stuff. But then when I jumped into it day before yesterday, man, I knocked out 2.5 chapters. You know what I'm saying? And it was very intense. I know yesterday, I had when I dove into the chapter of why the person who believed in me left, because it was time for them to further their journey, their life's journey. And it just brought back all these memories, of how and what I went through and what we went through together as a team that was sent to help build this platform. I don't know if any of you had people who like really believed in you, who have invested in you, have invested time, energy, money, just everything, just people who believe in you just from up top. They just believe in you. And then you look back and it's like you're on top of this mountain. And then it's like, man, then you start remembering all the people that were there when you first started to climb, those who were beside you unselfishly. And this is one of those moments. And I'm gonna tell you, I was just sitting I was just sitting down at the desk, and I just started crying. And I was like, man, somebody walk up, they're gonna think Chef crazy. But no, it was very emotional for me. I was quiet the whole day because it brought back all these memories of how this person came into my life. We actually met in a homeless shelter. And then the Most High put us together to further our life's journey. And she was from Africa. And then when I think back, she stood beside me in this whole process unselfishly. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, cutting ginger for ginger drinks. Not just her, but team members of the community and stuff like that. And it just got on me. And when I reached out to call her, and usually she's there, and I know she was having a hard time finding work and stuff like that, and I was always on her about doing something entrepreneurially because she spoke 5 languages. It's going to be in my book. And but for whatever reason, her phone is off. And I went through this emotional thing because it was like, man, first I hope and pray that she's okay. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, don't take advantage of the people who stand beside you, who stand beside you. Life is not promised. People who have stood beside you to help you build, don't take that for granted. Here was someone I met in a homeless shelter that we came out of homelessness together. We navigated as a 100% team effort and put her in the business. She was making money, I'm making money, and we're entrepreneurs together from homelessness. And this story went on for at least 6 years. And anyway, it's all told in the book as well. And then as I got into the chapter yesterday and I'm writing, all these emotions started flooding me. And I was sitting there and I was crying to get a tissue. So I started to wipe my eyes. I'm not afraid of my emotions. There's nothing wrong with having emotions. Sometimes people say, well, men who cry, they're weak. I'm far from weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm heterosexual, and I'm a man, straight up. Nothing against those who claim different. I'm just speaking of my truth to where I am. I have nothing against anyone else. But yeah. And so when I reached out to call her, it was like the phone is off. And I was like, wow, is she out of money, whatever, because she was one of the pillars to this whole process. And so, if you are listening, give me a call, Miss N, and I'll say it that way. But however, tell your story and listen to that song by Stevie Wonder and Sheila E. Jesus Loves You, Children of America, because it's a really, it's a really touching and a moving song. But yeah, my writer's block is lifted. I was able to knock out 2.5 chapters. And both of the chapters touched on, I know one was the day that she spread her wings and she left. It was actually on Christmas morning, man. And then talking about the night of the dark soul, of what I went through to heal. Because like I peeled off, at that point I had like maybe 40 years of things I went through in my life, building business, being homeless, sleeping in shelters, but I never really got a chance to peel those layers off until she left on Christmas Day. And it is a beautiful story, and the book is fire, straight up, man, A to Z, top bottom. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all y'all entrepreneurs who have a story, you know what I'm saying, start writing that stuff down. You know, because you never know whose life you can touch with that. You know, and so I'm actually recovering off of my emotional whatever from writing, but I'm still there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely still there, emotionally, because it was a touching and a moving thing when you start to build, you know, brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you look up and the person, you know, not out of like no sexual or anything like that. It was more so that we were together as a team, and we've always wanted everyone to be okay. And we pulled ourselves up out of homelessness off of this hot sauce. Yeah, Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce, and it's good. ChefJoseph'sKickSauce.com. Go order your bottle. It's pretty tight, vinegar based, and it is a commercial product, and it's really good. You know what I'm saying? Units or small bottles are like $4.85, but hey, get you one, because I'm telling you, this whole story is going to spin into something a lot bigger than what I thought it was. So I know now I'm preparing myself, like physically, especially because where this is about to spin, it's pretty very interesting. Something beyond well beyond my imagination. You know, so yes, I have to prepare myself mentally, definitely spiritually, and definitely physically, because I took on the weight of I wore a lot of hats for the last 2-3 years, and I look up, man, it's like I wasn't taking care of myself. So yes, I'm on this quest to go back to becoming pescatarian. Yes, I'm on the quest to swimming laps every other day, at least 4 days a week. I'm definitely on the quest of eating healthier. I realized I was like eating a lot of salt, and I looked down, I was like, man, my ankle's a little swollen, you know what I'm saying? And on top of standing up a lot, it's like, man, I have to watch my salt intake, you know what I'm saying? To y'all who like salt as well, kind of look at what you're putting on your food, like the salt especially, because I like salt. I'm a chef, so most of us like our food seasoned, but then I found myself at times like kind of like going heavy on that salt shaker, and it's like, you know what, hey, that's not too cool, you know. And so but I had an excellent swim this morning. I'm definitely detoxing from this emotional chapter, you know, because it is, like I said, these next 2 chapters are pretty tight. They're pretty rough, you know what I'm saying, emotionally, you know, but I'm tackling them one sentence at a time. I'm actually proud of myself because I'm actually 41,000 words in. It's like I type, and look, I don't even type fast like talking about. I don't like do. I don't type like that, but yeah, I type 41,000 words, and by the time it's over with, just predicting it's gonna be around how many words? 41,000 now, 18. I got about 6 chapters to go. Man, this thing might break about 80,000 words. Yeah, it might break 80,000, because by the time I tell the real story, which y'all will be shocked of how this stuff happened and how in the world did I become a chef, you know what I'm saying? Now I clearly see, I clearly understand, and I overstand, you know, or understand, overstand why I'm here. Everything that I went through, it was well worth it. You know, to come out to becoming a refined individual, to be grounded, to not give 0 F's of what anyone thinks, and knowing who you are. Anyway, here we go. Dig back into my song library. Outkast had a song. Anyway, it's a nice song. And this, let me tell y'all something about music real quick. Sometimes, like when you hear songs, you can get a different download than what actually the meaning of the actual lyrics. The lyrics are one thing, which is tight. That's how the artist wrote it, which much credit and respect to that. But sometimes the Most High will give you like your own download off of the same song. But anyway, Andre 3000, Outkast. What album was that? That was it might have been Equimini. Yeah, I think it was Equimini. Anyway, dun 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 dun. Anyway, I'm gonna get into all that. But it was I can't word for word, but it was like Earth, Moon, Stars. It's like a voice in the background, like a little girl's voice. Earth, Moon, Stars. It's who you are. You know, I think the Most High for my downloads. Phew, tight. It's tight, son. That's a little joke on the side. But yeah, it's tight, son. The downloads are so clear. My living and purpose for me being here is very clear. And the more I live and the more I reach, I realize how limited our time is on this planet. You know, so I encourage every last one of you to make every day, every moment count. And cherish the ones who are in your lives. Don't take it for granted, please. But remember I told y'all, I had someone help me build in the kitchen. A lot of times she didn't even want money. But I know I still did it because it's the right thing to do. Make sure y'all get a copy of that book. Can't tell you the title just yet, but you will be shocked. It's going to be a bestseller. I know it is. So don't take the people for granted. Every day you live, just know that you're dying. Every day you live, you're dying. All the people that you've hurt and wronged, make it right with them. If you owe some people stuff, man, pay that. Just pay it. Your word is what you have. Your word is all that you have. You know? Your word is all what you have. So that's what I'm saying to you, is do the right thing. Do right by your word. Do right by people. And to those of you who have entrepreneurial dreams and purposes, just know, man, like, it ain't going to be sitting with you forever. You know what I'm saying? You want to use it while you still have breath in your body, because, and I'll leave y'all with this, because when we move and transition to that next level and we have to face our Creator, the one who created us and sent us down here on this earth plane, and we're facing each one of us, and this is what I strongly believe, each one of us will have to answer for, what did you do while you was in this earth suit for 30, 40, 50 years, whatever? What is going to be your answer? Oh man, I watched a football game, I got married, I went to church, and you know what I'm saying, and I paid my tithes. Do you really think that's going to be enough? Do you really think that is actually going to be enough? Because you may be presented with, a question coming back to you. Well, I gave you a talent. Hello. Why did you not use the talent I gave you? Do you know that your talent was supposed to set this many people free? But you chose to watch a Super Bowl 16 years straight and go to, you know what I'm saying? Not saying nothing wrong with it, but I mean, you gave your life to football, to sports. But this wasn't what you're supposed to do. How you be able to handle that? Or you might have to repeat the life cycle. That's what I'm telling you. That's a whole nother study. Because the bottom line is, to those of you who don't get it right, don't be surprised if you have to repeat the life cycle. Yeah, for real. And so, but I'm going to leave y'all with that. Know who you are. Give 0 F's what anyone thinks about you, because y'all all beautiful people, yo. I climbed out of the pit, and I had a partner that was beside me that did it unselfishly. Do you understand? We climbed out of homelessness together, male and female, and had a business. Beautiful thing. And I reached out to her yesterday. She was gone. I hope she's okay. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so anyway, that comes with writing a book because you will go through a series of emotions. But just know nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Take every day to enjoy it. Appreciate the good people in your life. That's where I am in my life. I work every day. I work very hard. And just know, I have a child I don't even see behind a mother who was vindictive, who forced me out of her life. I live with that every single day. I will never forget it. It is seared into my consciousness because I have so much to offer. But because someone's bitterness, you know what I'm saying, that's what caused this to happen. But I'm not getting into that. Y'all heard that before. But just know I work through my pain every single day. I know no weakness, and I don't do excuses. So the writer's block is lifted. Go and check the song out by Stevie Wonder and Sheila E. Jesus Loves the Children of America. And just listen to that, man, and feel the energy of it. Y'all have a fabulous day, and do something with your life positive. Be constructive, not destructive. Peace.